Hi folks, this video is all about Ibanez guitars and their pickup combinations and switching. It's really exciting stuff. However, there is a new range of Ibanez guitars I've just landed this week that I've been watching a few clips on. And it kind of occurred to me that one of the big questions people might be asking is, which do I go for? Do I go for something that has got two humbuckers, or do I go for one that's got humbucker, single coil and humbucker? Now, they're the most standard pickup combinations in the RG series, the S series, and the RGA series as well. So they're the kind of standard ones. And for years, I was a stalwart HSH. Every guitar I ever had from Ibanez for years was HSH. And then I spotted a second-hand S-series that I wanted, and it had only two humbuckers. And I was a bit reluctant to buy it because it's not what I used. However, I did buy it, and I was very quickly converted. And this is where I'm going with this, and this is why I want to explain. Why? Now, when you're in the bridge humbucker position or the neck humbucker position, both guitars are identical. It makes no difference. And I'm not even going to venture into talking about DiMarzios or Seymour Duncans or the Infinities or Quantums or anything. The pickup make is irrelevant, but the switching is which I'm wanting to concentrate on is the important bit. So, please like and subscribe before I go into another 15 minutes of rambling and then forget. It always helps. Anyway, bridge position, I'll let you hear because this is an important part of the whole debate. And I will be using the clean channel of the Bugera. No compressors, because a compressor will pretty much make this debate null and void, but I don't use a compressor, so I'm not going to let you hear one which is unfamiliar turf, and you may not even have a compressor. So, and gain does the same. Gain is very much a leveler for this. So here we have the bridge humbucker. Now, position 2 in this is one coil from the back, one coil from the front. Nice. Middle position is both humbuckers. Position 4 is just the neck humbucker, but it's out of phase. Now that's quite a nice kind of stratty sound. And position 5 is your full neck humbucker. Now this is where I do like two humbuckers in the Ibanez wiring configuration. Five very distinct tones, but in output they're all quite even. And that makes a huge difference when you're playing, and especially playing in a live situation. Because I know I can be playing the bridge, and then flick to position 2, position 3, position 4, position 5. And they're all in line, they're all quite level. There's no big spiky volumes, there's no big drops, they're all nice and even. And that makes a big difference. So that's reason number 1. I'll let you hear exactly the same thing, give or take, on the HSH, humbucker, single humbucker. Bridge is the same. Yes, this one's in D, that's in E flat, but ignore that. So that's your humbucker, position 2. Beautiful tone, but quite a drop in volume. I don't know if this will come across on YouTube, because YouTube obviously compresses sound, which you've probably heard 1,000 times. Position 3. Position 4, which is a lovely stratty tone, more of a strat tone than you get out of the twin humbucker. However, and the neck, and there lies a little bit of the problem. Neck, position 4, middle, that's position 2, and bridge. There is a huge difference. You've got high volume at both humbuckers, and then it dips down. That's usable, by all means, yep, that works. However, if you're using a clean tone, be very, very aware of that, especially if you're using the positions 2, 3 and 4 a lot, because you can be quite happily playing away in the correct mix of the band, there, and then decide, oh, I'm going to do that, but on the neck. And the volume just goes through the roof. Like I said, if you use gain, that volume increase is not there, because gain is essentially acting the same as a compressor. It's going to level them all out. So if you're a high gain player, most of the time, pick whichever one you like. Humbucker, or HSH. It really won't vary much. But if you play cleans, it does make quite a difference to your choice. And this is where I tended to favour the HH, because across the board live it was all roughly the same, and it was stratty enough, there was clean enough, so it was a good compromise. Whereas this, you really had to be very careful with those out of phase sounds. They are very, very weak in comparison to the humbucker. Now, there is another point, and it's a minor one for a lot of people, but it is one that I will raise. Picking. You've got your plectrum, and where I pick on the HSH, I am right over that middle pickup. And I don't tend to hit it, but that's hopefully due to a slightly better plectrum technique. However, you have to be aware that your plectrum could get, not caught as such, but hitting that middle pickup. And you can screw the middle pickup much lower down, but then of course the positions 2, 3 and 4 are going to be even weaker. So that's not so clever. However, the standard HH, I've got nothing below there. It's empty. So you can dig in if you want. You can finger pick quite happily, and you seem to have more space. So that's another thing to be wary of and be aware of when you're purchasing. Look at how you actually pick, and is that going to be a problem, having a pickup right where you're picking, or is it not such a big deal? And be aware of the volume differences. So that's really it. Nice and simple. You've got tons of choice, and in a lot of the Ibanez guitars they're now coming with the choice really of HH or HSH. It's purely up to you. I'm now tending to favour HH, but I do love my HSH as well. They all have a place, but up to you. What do you prefer? And I would like to know which you prefer. Now, if you look at some of my other guitars that are 2 humbucker, they've only got a 3-position switch. Different job, different purpose. But today we're looking at the Ibanez and how their 5-way switching works. And they're both very, very good. But they're different. Can I get a Stratia tone out of this? No. But it does a different tone. That out of phase tone is really, really nice. And it's close enough. For most of what I'm doing, it's close enough. And that's the other question. Where's your compromise going to lie? Are you wanting the closest Strati tone? Then you might veer towards a humbucker single. Different story altogether. But out of these, yes, HSH gives you a stratier, thin tone, quacky tone, percussive. Whereas the twin humbucker's slightly different. It's got that sound, but it's slightly more full, slightly bigger. Anyway, that's where I'm going, and that's me for the day. I've managed to whack this down to 11 minutes. I'm doing really well at these short form videos. So please like and subscribe. I hope this has been of interest to some of you, and have a nice weekend, and I'll have something again for you quite soon. Thank you very much, and bye bye.